Okay, so this video, first of all, what time is it? It's like it's 4 a.m. in the morning right now as I'm recording this. So, my sleep schedule has been completely all over the place. So, if I sound tired, I apologize. I'm gonna try to put my overall opinions together for this video. So, basically, title update 2 for Sunbreak looks really good. I know it's not exactly amazing, I guess, but it's more content and it's a sizable amount of stuff, right? A sizable amount of stuff, which is great. You know, we got a new Mizu subspecies, we got Flaming Espionage back from Frontier, and we also have a new Elder Dragon variant, so it's really good. On top of layered weapons coming back, which is this popped up at the exact right time. So layered weapons, great, they're coming back. It's kind of a shame it took so long, but it's here finally, which is great. But the thing is, Capcom did some new designs for all 14 weapon types. That's almost very sci-fi-ish. It looks something straight out of PSO2, by the way. So there's that. But those layered weapons specifically, these right here, is going to be paid DLC, and it's going to include each weapon for all 14 types. Now, I don't know if this is a bundle only or you only buy these individually. I'm gonna guess that there might be a bundle as well as you being able to buy each weapon individually. I'm gonna guess, because that's kind of how it works, right? So a lot of people on Twitter especially are feeling a type of way about this, and for a good reason, because it's starting to feel like Monster Hunter is slowly creeping into an absorbent amount of microtransactions for a game that we already pay for twice. You know what I'm saying? Like twice, as in you buy the base game, you buy the expansion, and now you're buying more cosmetics, even more cosmetics than ever before for Monster Hunter. So there's a couple of different ways to look at this, right? And I think on one hand, these weapons look really cool, by the way. These look really nice. But on one hand, right? It's like, why the fuck do I need to pay for all this when it should be in the game? Like, some people feel that this shit should be in the game natively and in event quest. And I get that, because to be fair, we already have a couple of cosmetics that are from event quest. We do. We have quite a bit, actually. And a lot of us complained about it because we want more than just cosmetics. And then we have some cosmetics on the side where you buy them. So it's 2 for 2. Now, ethically, does this even matter ethically? I mean, maybe a little bit. But, you know, this is post-launch content, right? So, even the title updates, they're working on this. As we speak, they're working on this, and more to come. So it's like, we're not paying for the bulk of these updates. You do have the option to pay for some optional stuff that they put in this shop if you really like it. And the price is not steep either, to be fair. It's not. I do get it though. A lot of companies try to take advantage of their consumers. They want every bit of money we have. It's true. It happens quite often. And I'm not going to say that Capcom doesn't do the same thing. You know, at the end of the day, they're a company. Gaming is a business. It's a pretty big one too. But I do feel like there needs to be not even understanding. It's just if you take a look at what Monster Hunter has been doing with the last 2 games, with World and Rise, there's a lot of cosmetics. There's a lot of things to buy that can cost upwards of maybe $500 if you bought everything. By the time the game is finished its support, $500 worth of DLC. And that's for little shit that costs maybe like from $2 to $5. And in some cases, maybe $10, $12 if it's a bundle or something. So personally, I'm just gonna say, personally, I don't mind this. I don't mind these weapons being sold as layers because they're just layers. There's no stats attached to these. These don't come from a specific monster either. They're just layered armor. Well, they're not even layered armor. They're just layered weapons. I'm tired. So these are just layered weapons. And that's it. Now, if it got to the point where they were literally stripping out like base game items, base game cosmetics, like we all expect to be able to make layered armor ourselves in these games, right? Now, what if they basically had layered armor as a mechanic under a paywall? Now that would be a bit much, right? I think we can all agree that. But I do think that when you think about how much of this content we're getting for free, that I think a bit of optional shit to buy is not that bad. It isn't. I think what is bad is the potential of it getting worse, more egregious. I think that's what a lot of people are afraid of. But if you like think about it for a minute, right? If we take a look at something like even Final Fantasy 14, right? Final Fantasy 14 is a very expensive game to play, especially if you're just starting the game. Unless you buy certain bundles, it's still going to cost you quite a bit out of your wallet. You got the sub fee, which is what? I think the base sub fee is $13 a month. It can go upwards to almost $20 depending on what you know, if retainers and shit like that. And then on top of that, you got to pay for the base game. You got to pay for the expansions. God forbid, like something happens to your account and you want to start a new character and you don't want to do the story all over. Well, you got to pay to skip story sections and you got to pay to get a class to level up. Like, it's not all in one thing. It's separate. And then there's a cash shop. Now, I'm not saying that Square Enix is like super egregious or anything. I'm just saying that this is a game that is requiring even more money from you than Monster Hunter is. That's all I'm saying. I played 14 for what, 4 or 5 years? Never really had an issue with the cash shop. They added a lot of exclusive cosmetics in there. I think it's fine, honestly. And then Fantasia. Technically, Fantasia's our track for anyone as indecisive as me. It is. You know how many of these I bought at Pop? Like, I bought a lot of these. But I get it. 14 is a service. They got to make the money. They got to make the money. It's a business. And it's the same thing for Monster Hunter, right? Because they're making all this post-launch content as free title updates for nothing. They're getting nothing from that. So I think a little bit of cosmetics, well, not a little bit. It's a lot when it adds up. It just comes out slowly. But I don't think optional cosmetics are crazy bad in Monster Hunter. I just hope it doesn't get any more crazier than this, is what I'm really saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they make even more like unique layered weapons, I'd be down for that. Just don't take anything we're expecting to have in the base game and sell it back to us. That I don't want. So yeah, I'm willing to listen to, the many different sides of this argument, because there's a lot of different sides to it. So I'm not gonna say, if you don't agree with me, shut up or anything. If you have something to say, leave a comment down below, because I want to have a bit of a discussion about this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna buy these weapons. I might not buy all of them, but I'm definitely gonna get SNS and Charge Blade, that's for sure. And yeah. So boom, that was my overall thoughts on this little situation here. I don't think it's like super egregious yet. It could probably get to that point, but I think that if you feel a certain way, I think you should say something. Capcom usually has surveys going around, so like you should do the surveys. Do those surveys. Tell them how you feel. Vote with your wallet. I think voting with your wallet is even more important. But if it's something you care about, especially, vote with your wallet and consider giving feedback. I think you should definitely do that. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope you're not mad at me. So yeah. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you feel about these layered weapons being sold to us, which I don't think it's that bad, but if you do, let me know why. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.